Hi, folks, and welcome back to another story. They keep coming, don't they? Right, back to another story from the Mercuries. I am managing to keep them more or less in order, certainly as the bands go. Anyway, from the Mercuries to me being solo, and then duo, and then the Rocky Road Ramblers. Another Brian-related story. This one. There was another band on the circuit the same time as us called AB and the Rhythm Men, Andy Bold, and a lot of the guys from that band are still playing. I think still doing a few bits, and they tried to poach Brian. Their drummer had left, and they'd approached Brian sort of behind our backs. It was a bit naughty, but all is fair in love, war, and bands, I suppose. And they'd rung Brian and asked him if he would go and play for them. And me and Chip, it was all in good humour, but me and Chip thought, let's play a little trick on them. And at the time, the young ones, Rick Mail and Ed Edmondson, etc., was on telly. And there was a bit of a sketch in there about they sent something through the post to somebody, a moose or something. If you do that, another moose gets it, type of thing. So we bought a couple of pork sausages from the local butcher, and we got newspaper and cut out, like the ransom letters used to be made out of newspaper cuttings. You cut the letters out and stick them on. So we put this ransom note type thing together, me and Chip, saying, stop trying to poach our drummer or another pig gets it. And sellotaped this sausage, or one of the sausages, to this letter. Now, the only address that we had for one of the bands was from Steve, the bass player, and we sent it through the post to him, just as a joke. I thought, this is funny, this, and he didn't see the funny side. Steve, bless him, a lovely guy. It was a biggest chap. And he thought we were having a go at him because of his weight, calling him a pig and stuff, which, of course, we definitely were not. These guys are our friends. And he was gunning. He was going to be getting in his car and coming over to... He was an ex-Marine. I wouldn't have taken him on. And Chip certainly wouldn't have taken him on. So, and apparently he was coming over to, knock us about because of this thing we'd sent. Me and Chip weren't on the telephone at that time. I think there was only Vin and Brian were on the phone. It was very difficult when gigs came in to see if we were free. One of them would have to drive over. Check your diary. Are you free on this date? Anyway, we managed to get in touch with... we managed to get Steve's phone number. And remember, me and Chip went up to a phone box to ring him before he set off with his baseball bat or whatever he was going to batter us with. And when he picked the phone up, I said, Steve, it's John from the Mercuries, and then he started laughing. And he said, I'm sorry. And I said, look, I got word that you were coming to batter us both. And he said, the guys have already explained that it was a joke and stuff. I said, well, yeah, it was. It wasn't meant to offend you in any way whatsoever. I know that now. And I said, but stop trying to poach our drummer. And lead us to say Brian didn't leave, and they got another drummer. But that was just another little fun story.